So my next question is, it's 5 a.m. Did she try to get back to Grand Island Hospital? Where are you, Loveda? Come on. Help us find you. Family needs you home. There are tire marks all the way through. Does that look like 1 and 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Robert and Loveda Proctor went to Grand Island in January. They apparently got lost, trying to get back home to Aurora. That was almost 6 weeks ago.
They're driving a Chrysler Pacifica 2007 license plate 1030. He was a veteran for 21 years. He was a Seabee. He served in Korea and he served in Vietnam. And Loveda and he were married at 25 and 27 years old. On the date that they went missing, Robert was having some medical issues. He had been admitted to the hospital at Veterans by his doctor and then was actually put in the ambulance and brought to St. Francis Hospital in Great Isle, Nebraska. Loveda has issues with her eyesight at night. So those are the things that, start to really make us think about what was going on.
We have to start building a profile. Where did they live? Well, they lived up in Aurora. Where did she pick them up? She picked them up in Grand Isle at the hospital. But then where was she last seen? And so now we have the flagpole incident where she backs into the flagpole. We have the, just down the road, the school at the roundabout was the very last location. And so that gives us a new ground zero that here we are 37 minutes away from their home. And so I think, to make the best use of our day, one is we're dealing with a new scenario for us. We haven't gotten into locations to where everything is now frozen. We have the 360 sonar that we can auger some holes, drop the 360 in there, but we also have a magnetometer as well. We have nothing in the way of a car. I think that traversing that on that side is too far and too shallow. Rocks and bottom.
Robert and Loveda Proctor were last seen this past Thursday, and their sons and their families, along with several others, are searching tonight for the couple. And they're also asking for the help of you at home to keep an eye out for the couple and their car.
So let us know where you're planning on starting tomorrow, and we'll see if we can't meet you there.
Email from the office just came in, said, I heard that you're coming to Nebraska to search for the Proctor couple. Please, please, please check the Bosamon cabin next to the river. I sent Lacey a message about it. I hope you can help this family.
But I don't see any marks like where someone came off the road.
Yeah.
And so where is she going to possibly go, making this our new ground zero, and how are we going to start searching this?
If he's driving, it's a game changer. It's a total game changer from the standpoint of speed, from everything. She's saying that the 34, there's a pond on the side of the road with a 6-foot gap in the reeds.
We're only 18 miles from there. It's almost like I can't get there fast enough right now. Just that feeling that you have. You have a disturbance right there. That there's no reason ice would be broken like that at all. I think I have something. I keep getting a shadow over here. I'm just not convinced that we don't have a car over here. Right there. Potentially, we have something of interest to us. Oh, do I have a car right there? we make our way down to 34 and 6 today, what if this gas station right here, they kept stopping at gas stations. So what if they stopped at this gas station? This road right here, First Street, that runs along the north side of I-80, has a bunch of ponds. But now here's the other thing that now starts coming into play. Let's say that they are this far west. Now the further away they get, and Robert he's the one that keeps asking for, you know, how do you get to Aurora? How do you get to Aurora? You don't say, how do you get to Aurora, Nebraska? And the further you get from there, the closer we start getting on 34 and 6 to Denver. And just on the south side of Denver is Aurora, Colorado. So what if now they're asking for directions, how do I get to Aurora? Phew, you just go west from here. 34 and 6, just follow it right on in.
When did she figure it out that she was totally lost? 7 a.m.?
Do they end up in the water right here that is not frozen? Straight behind you, straight off the ramp. Just double check that. See that? How light that is? I want to come in right over that and see what I can pick up on live scope for that one. Yeah, so tree, tree, and tree. All right, I'm confident on this one. You know, we're currently right here at this location. We just have this one more right here.
The thought process is this whole piece next.
And she knows 14 too. That's gonna come up in her head.
Now here we are on day 4 searching for them, and we have covered a lot of territory.
So today we have a new game plan. We're actually going to be working the lower section of Hastings, working 74, 14, and 4, trying to get to the point where we can rule out any body of water that is in the southern section of Hastings. The family talked about 4, the numbers 4, 14, and 34 being numbers that Loveda really would recognize. And, you know, ironically, we actually looked at the mapping last night and we saw that at the corner of 4 and 14, right at the junction there, there's a large body of water across the road.
Yeah, so if she's coming from Minden on 4, heading directly east where she recognizes 4, she recognizes 14, she could absolutely go through that intersection there and into a body of water. That's where we're gonna start our day right now. This right here is going to be, if they come from west to east, blasting down Highway 4, miss the intersection, just go straight through the stop sign and end up on the pond where those trees are at.
Dry.
It's dry as a bone.
Destination is on the left.
You see anything broken and through there though? I'm not gonna drive in there, that's dangerous. Well, that's disappointing. All right, so let's do this. Let's head over Let's head west on 4, then we'll head north on 281, take that back up into Hastings, and then we'll work our first 5-mile circle for every body of water, whether it's on paved road or dirt road over there. The map that we sent them, we have the purple lines, the purple 4, purple 74, purple 14, purple 10. We're going to have them clear both of those from east to west, from Highway 10 to Highway 14. We believe, based upon how Loveda was driving, that she might be down in this section here as she kept doing this right-hand turn, getting further and further south.
And getting further south every time, yeah.
Right there. Yeah, no broken fence. It's small too.
I got a little bit right there. See that trail coming straight down? And run right here too. And I got a bent pole. I don't see any marks on anything, but I do see this. See that right there? I can't see bottom, and I got this track right here coming down. I don't think it's an animal track coming down, and I got a little bit of movement, then I got a bent post.
But that's the back and forth track. Look, it's waved like a small animal that comes down here all the time.
And then drops in?
Yeah.
But I also got a bent post. I mean, I know, I said the same thing, but I mean, I was looking at this and then bent.
Yeah, I mean, let's throw the sonar ball in there. It's 2.5 feet deep right there. Yeah, it's way too shallow.
They have no phone, no matter what happened over that 40, they had no ability to even make a phone call. Where are you, Loveda? Come on, help us find you. Come on, family needs you home. Where we are right now is the blue dot, and we are going down to First Avenue, which is also in First Avenue in Aurora, and there's a parking lot across from this large building, and there's a pond that's right behind it.
See how good Bill is at fishing.
I'm very good.
Looking for GPS, back in the water. 3 feet deep there, 4 feet deep. Oh, that was, oh! All right, okay, now.
Hope I didn't break it.
Hold it there, let it, okay, 4.5 feet, 4 feet. We're right here at the pond. Yep. We did check this causeway here where it was really shallow. We looked over there, But just south of there also, look at
Oh
this
yeah, that's right. I
pond.
forgot about the big pond.
Yep. So let's go south of there first, and then after we hit south, let's then go down one more to this road here, check this pond. And then we'll come back to the north, and then we'll go back here behind the Chevy dealership, which was...
Okay, yeah, with that large pond.
That was up here. And then we've already checked this one, and we've already checked this, but we did this one with the magnetometer and the auger on the first day. So in 2 days or so, when it defrosts, I want to get back in there with side scan. So let's make those our next main points right now.
So we have not done this in this area, in this quadrant, and we might want to look at that. And we have not done down here. And we didn't finish that one there. So I want to look at that one, and that one. The 74 crossing.
Your destination is on the left.
I got an animal movement, lane travel.
Yeah, you're 9 feet out there. You're plenty deep.
But could you get through this muck?
I don't think you can. I mean, look at it on my boot.
Yeah, you'd see it forever.
Yeah. So depth is there, but let's identify any potential entry. This just appears to be a path that somebody comes up and down all the time to go fishing in here. It's smashed down, but it's not smashed down consistent through here. Smashed down and then it widens out. Yeah, I mean, you come in here, that front bumper's gonna dig into this. You're 2 feet right there. Let's head up and jog on this road right here.
Okay, that's the Prairie Lake.
And then Prairie is down here. But we'll go up one to check on these two ponds, and that should take care of our south side of the 5 mile radius. Then we'll head back up to the north side of the 5 mile radius for a couple of locations there. Not impossible, but yeah, on the other side, yeah, it would be. This side, no, look, you have...
Well, you lawnmower.
Is that what it is?
There's no way. But crazy, there's a boat ramp right here at the end of the road, end of the driveway.
All right, so right now we've cleared everything on the south side of this 5 mile radius. So what we want to do right now to stay within our 5 mile radius is we want to come down, back down Oak. There's a pond right here that we want to double check.
And that what that does is if she took a left-hand turn off of 34 after the Adams, anything on the left-hand turns, circle is actually been...
Is now clear in the 5 mile radius. Come on, give me some tire tracks. We are 1.2 feet. That's it.
So my next question is, it's 5 a.m. She's been driving around with him, keeping him busy, not bringing him home. Did she try to get back to Grand Island Hospital? Back to the vets or back to the emergency room at St. Francis?
So that takes care of my Juniata for any potential there.
I think we've been by this one too.
No, we never came by this one.
Sure?
Yep.
God, it all looks the same.
In Juniata, I know, everything is looking the same. In Juniata, we only ever went straight north and south through there. So we have done all of these green dots down in the southern part of the 5 mile radius. The next one that I want to go to is just north of the airport. So let's take 12th Street and then Mariana.
What time do they get to light is my question.
That makes it almost impossible for her to get in.
So there's the Chrysler dealership where she bought her car.
You're not gonna have the grass, in my opinion, it's not gonna be smashed down on this one. Looking for GPS. It says it's too shallow. GPS found. I have no depth on it. .9, 3 feet.
3 feet.
Yep. So with this pond cleared, it clears our 5 mile radius.
Okay.
Except for Hastings Lake that's still eating at me from day one.
Okay.
The one north of Minden is still eating at me from day...
But that was frozen to Hastings Lake's frozen. It was frozen. It was frozen.
At the time of?
Yeah, because
It's almost defrosted now.
It is now, but it was not 50 degrees. It was 30 degrees to 34 degrees the entire time from the and less. With the wind chill, they said it was like below zero.
Listen, if we don't find them in the next 2 days, I'm going back to that one when it defrosts.
I get it. So
now we need to expand to the 10 mile radius.
Yeah, I understand. So yellow we have not cleared yet. Yellow we have not cleared yet. Okay, yellow we didn't clear. All the pink we cleared, and we're working all the green currently today. Okay, so you're working that outside 15-mile radius, up in up in Chapman near Labori.
Yep, we went through north through Chapman this morning, and then we went to St. Labori, and then we went north on 281.
Got it.
To 58, and then we went to Dannebrog, and then we went to Loop City.
Got it. I see where you are. Understood.
Yep.
So they're working that upper circle up there, and they're going to work their way towards Hastings to the center azimuth, right down through the Hall County.
So see what we can do to finish our 10-mile radius on the bottom, and then see if we can hit 74 before it gets dark tonight.
Yeah. And that's like way up, Jared. Like you know, to be up in there, they would have had to come all the way and then come back to get to there. It's like they would have had to go all the way up and then missed it and come back around.
Somehow hit 30, right? Is that what's up there? 30?
You know, if anything else, like if they came across and got across the river and then came down and there was something in that Cairo section that was a body of water that was dangerous, then you know, that would make more sense because they're coming back into Grand Island on Route 2. But they would have to go all the way up. Like, the only thing that makes logical sense there is if they took 10. If she knew about 10, she'd have to know that 10 existed. That 10 went all the way to 2 to bring it back to Grand Island.
And 10 is the one that comes out of Minden.
Yes.
Well, and the thing with Loveda, remember 4s. Highway 4, 74, 14, 34. So 4 is a big number for her.
So if Robert switched, he's behind the wheel, this is a whole different story. He's going too fast. He said, but Mom would never let him drive.
Deeper. Oh, look at that hole.
Wow.
See, this is what we want to see out here.
That is a deep one. That's the deepest one we've seen.
Yeah. I've not seen one bigger than this yet. Yeah, that thing's what, good 25, 30 feet from the top here?
And it's very shallow, like meaning the water probably could come up to here. Normally, it would be 8 feet in depth, but it's only 24 inches at max.
No, your scale's way off. Like, you're 6 foot. You're already down 18, 20 right there. There's another 10 to 12.
Hey. Okay, so here's 6 feet. That's 8 feet. It's 8 feet of water.
There's another one on this property over here on this other side, so maybe that'll be the one that we need.
It's got breakage in it on the left here.
You have a breakage?
I got breakage on that left side a little bit, but
no disturbance on the bank. Let's go down and make a left. Negative, not there.
hey, so, I mean, you're coming out here, you're in the middle of nowhere, you have to make a decision at one point. I mean, we're not going the right direction. I mean, something here has got to make sense as they're driving down here, because there is no sense of driving this direction any more further than 20 minutes before you realize you've gone too far.
And Minden is 20 minutes.
And Minden's 20 minutes. If Loveda has her faculties at all, she's going to realize, I've been driving a long time. Like, why have I not run into my town? Or is she really seriously having some issues with her? Not only just some spatial issues of knowing where she is, but just her faculties are not together. You know, is what it sounds like. That they're both of them. He's got dementia. She's exhausted, and she can't figure out where she's going. And or she could be right behind that building right there, which is vacant. There was a car in the back driveway.
Was there really?
There was.
Are you being serious right now with
There
me?
was something behind there. I don't know what it was, but it was back behind the rusted stuff. But it could just.
I mean, I told you that they're going to be found in the abandoned
I know.
farmyard at this point.
And we're on the road that they would have gone down. But it does look abandoned, right?
It was 100% abandoned.
Well, I saw a vehicle there behind the rusted stuff. Slow.
I mean, it doesn't get any more abandoned than that house that's falling down.
So just pull out front and you'll see the car that I'm seeing through the trees.
Okay. Oh, there's a blue car in there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I mean, you weren't kidding.
I wasn't kidding. I saw it. I saw it right that area, right behind that truck. There's a blue car.
There is a blue car. I'm pulling in there.
I don't know what it is, but
And these are fresher. No,
it would be just a blue
van.
Blue van.
Check the barn though.
I will.
Look, I mean, you
I
have
see this. I see the
tracks that go into the barn as well. I don't think you're not gonna go this far back.
That door blew off. It's open on both sides.
Okay, well, let's check the other side of it. Dude, I'm almost nervous to open it. No, just farm equipment. Just big red.
Well,
Just farm equipment.
There's new farm equipment on this side.
Yeah. Old crane truck is cool too.
I saw blue. That's like
Yeah.
parked behind the other trucks. It is definitely abandoned, except for those are not.
Yep.
Where do they take the left, Jared? Where do they take the left? 10? All the way to Minden. They wait all the way to Minden.
Before we get to Minden, though, we're going to check these 5 ponds.
I know. I'm just saying is that where do they take the left? Because they have to go south somewhere. Because if they didn't go north, I thought that they needed to go south to get closer to home. It's south to 80 in their heads. It's always south to 80. You got to think outside the box, especially with dementia. Like you just have no idea what they're thinking.
Tire checks there, but they come back up.
There are tire marks all the way through. And there are tire marks right here.
You
right?
do?
Are there 2 tire marks right there?
Going in?
1 and 2. Does that look like 1 and 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. See, that one comes in like that.
I know, I saw that after.
And you got weeds right there. So it's not deep at all, right there. Yeah, weed.
You're saying it's
And they're
only
not-
2 feet deep.
And they're not parallel. God, I have my heart racing there. All right.
What about here? What about this one and that one?
Throw the sonar ball.
I mean, it can't hurt to just double check it.
Yeah.
I mean, because you look at this, all this comes in, and in the dark, they would turn around,
Right.
and they don't know that that's there.
I mean, it's got to get really deep though, right there. I mean, the car's got to float with no ice and sink in the middle there.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to cast and see if we got some depth there. It's not connecting.
We're done. How about I see if I can, I mean, I see weeds on the bottom right here all the way to there. I see them stick, actually.
All right, but if you have a 5.5, 6 foot hole right there. We might have more batteries for it. Let's open that up and see if we just might have a low battery on it. Oh, you charge it with that. All right, well, let's throw it on a charger because I don't know if it has a charger or not. All right, well, let's keep this one in mind. We can come back to it. All right, so now we have just done those 4 ponds plus that one there. So we're gonna go back onto 34 by making a left. And then we're gonna go to Minden. Then we're gonna go down to this pond right here and check that out. And then we're gonna come back onto 74. And we have a bunch of work to do on 74. So we'll go as far as we can on 74 tonight.
Very lost, unable to find anything that resembled home, anything.
That puts day 4 in the books from sunup to sundown as we did everything we could for the family today in search of Loveda and Robert Proctor. We are going to be at it again tomorrow. If you have not done so, be sure to subscribe. It is free, and it is how we are able to come out here for free to help these family members as well. Be sure to also check out the links in the description down below. If you did not watch episode 1, 2, and 3, be sure to get caught up on those right now. And we'll see you tomorrow on episode number 5.
So there, off of a road, they have skid marks going to this pond here.
We're just south of there. We just came off of Alda.
Right and left lane where these tires go straight through.
Okay, so we can be there in like 10 minutes. Right there. What is that?